Let's look at the stats for Gabe. His last 10 games, he's averaging 7 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
Caspi, he's checked in for Quincy Ace. And the Celtics also making a change. Evan Turner, he's checked in for Amir Johnson. And that one's good.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition. Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Now here's Thomas. 5 points in the game. Out to the wing. Here's Zeller. Dishes it to Crowder. Thomas goes in. Thomas with another miss.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far. They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Now here's Thomas. Picked by Zeller. Thomas kicks to Zeller. And the shot is long. Kings leading now by 3. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. And the Kings will go for a different look here. So it's Sacramento now. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And hard to say whether it was the game plan defensively that let them down or just the inability to really bring the fire on that side of the ball.
And guys, it was a bit befuddling to me as to why they stuck with it. I mean, they dug themselves a hole and couldn't find the tweaks they needed to get out of it.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Amon Shumpert is out there with Johnson. Then it's Isaiah Thomas. Then it's Zeller. And it's Smart in at the 2 guard. Here's Mr. Clutch. Good on the triple. Mr. Clutch has got 5 points now in the quarter.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Down low. And with that shot, the Sacramento lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Thomas.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
Then the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit.
And the Celtics with possession here. Sacramento able to drain the 3. 6 on the shot clock. And he uses the glass on the layup. Thomas got 9.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pelicans got the job done. He had 52 points, as he usually does, really knocking down shots from beyond the arc. What a show it was as he put up some really amazing numbers when it was all said and done. Even we marveled at his performance, Kevin.
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance right here tonight?
You know, I can't imagine he'd be able to pull off that kind of an outing 2 games in a row. But, hey, that's what the truly great ones are capable of doing.
Boy, even if he came close to matching it, that would be really impressive. But I tell you, that's asking an awful lot of one guy.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And here's Smart following the 3-pointer by Freak. Smart dishes to Thomas. Feeds it to Johnson. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Here's Mr. Clutch. The floater. Here's Kufis. Sacramento again missing.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
And Shumpert kicks to Thomas. Johnson sets the screen for Shumpert. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Shumpert's got it back down to single digits for Boston. And some changes here for the Kings. DeMarcus Cousins. And that does it for the first half. And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, how about that first half? He's already scored more points than he averages on the season.
Yeah, he's on pace for a monster game. It's too bad he can't score like this every night.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Sacramento, Mr. Clutch, he's in at the point. Quincy AC out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's Thornton. And it's Cousins in at the center position. Kings leading now by 6. The shot's good for Mr. Clutch. Mr. Clutch has got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Kings. And Thomas, here we go. That's good.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand. You get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist. Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Now here's Zeller. He has 6. Back to Thomas. The 3. And it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Here's Mr. Clutch. He's guarded by Thomas. Mr. Clutch. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Picked by Zeller. Thomas goes in, and there's the feed to Zeller. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
An 85% mark from the line. There aren't too many players in the league who are going to sport a much better percentage.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
And the Kings making a change here. Kufis is checked in. The Celtics also changing it up. Shumpert is checked in for Crowder. And Smart subbed in for Bradley. Here's Smart after the Kings pick up 2. Johnson sets the screen for Smart. Picked by Zeller. Thomas, it's a wide open look. Off target with his 3.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more. And it's going to go on Iman Shumpert. The Kings shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Shooting just 1. 3-point play.
Celtics trail by 11.
Celtics
Here's Shumpert. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Pass to Zeller. And Thomas has it in the corner. Back to Zeller. Ball stolen. Here's Mr. Clutch. Can't connect from short range.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for Sacramento.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yeah, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Thomas, plenty of space. Fails to score here. He has made 5 of 12 to this point. Pass to Ace. Here's Mr. Clutch. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Now here's Smart. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Tries it again. Count that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down to 10 on the bucket from Zeller.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
And that one's good. And that's now 37 points for Freak.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now here's Smart. Thomas goes in. Kufis with the block. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. The Kings making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. Mickey's checked in for the Celtics. Turner comes in for Isaiah Thomas. Boston, no good that time either.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
The shot's good for Mr. Clutch.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Smart kicks to Turner. There's a good screen. He feeds it to Johnson. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Cauley Stein's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Collison, good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Sacramento making some changes. Caspi. Got it up. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Woo-hoo, Kevin. They're firing on all cylinders. That shot caps a nice run going into the final quarter.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. The Celtics shooting around 40% from the floor here. On the floor for Boston. Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Jake Crowder out there with Zeller, and it's Thomas in at the 1. Now here's Thomas. Clock at 6. Shot from 12. Rebounded by Mr. Clutch. Mr. Clutch has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
And Thomas, here we go. Inside, Crowder, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gay. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Kings?
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Cannon.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at it.
Thomas goes in. Great defense that time from Mr. Clutch.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point. Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the Warriors in Oakland. Passes it to Crowder. Outside Thomas. And the pass to Zeller. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. That's 12 points for Tyler Zeller.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Mr. Clutch, the pass to Madison. To the inside, Mr. Clutch, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
He took good advantage of that screen. 16 points for Isaiah Thomas.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And so it's Boston with it, following the miss by Freak. The Celtics working the ball around now. Just 5 on the clock. It's rebounded by Thornton.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Allen's position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Mr. Clutch, the pass to Madison. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's guarded by Thomas. To the right side. Puts it up. And again, it goes in for him. Good shot from Mr. Clutch. Mr. Clutch has got 50 points. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Over in the corner, Zeller. Sacramento grabs the miss. Acey's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. No good from Mr. Clutch.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task. Stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Now here's Crowder. No good on the triple. Crowder with the steal. Fuller, the pass to Zeller. Snatched away. To the middle. Here's Mr. Clutch. Crowder pulls it in. The Celtics have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. And he gets it to go.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
Fires from deep. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against Golden State. Six to shoot. Elbow shot is on the way. The shot no good. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Ace. Oh, and he misses the dunk.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Pass to Madison. Here's Mr. Clutch. It's tipped. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Here's McGinnis. And it's Boston with another.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Here's Mr. Clutch. The 15-footer. Good. Mr. Clutch has got 52 points.
What a competitor, Kevin. He's been looking for a shot all game long, and he's really shouldered the load for them offensively.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Sacramento. Gay comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And the Celtics making a change here. Now, here's Thomas. And now Sacramento on the break. And another. Once again, shot good from Mr. Clutch. Mr. Clutch has got 54 points. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Bradley dishes to Johnson. Johnson the screen. From deep, Thomas. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
Now here's Gay. Here's Mr. Clutch. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Mr. Clutch has got 13 points in just this quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Kings.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And now, on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And in the season series, they'll end up taking the upper hand with the first victory for this matchup with a 1-0 record against the Celtics.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Mr. Clutch. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open. Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Here's Sacramento. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Out to the right wing. Kufis the pass to Mr. Clutch. A three ball can't connect. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. It was a tale of two.
All right, now. So, girl.
Congratulations on the win and leading the way in terms of the points production. How were you able to create shots for yourself?
I think I was just trying my hardest to be fake out through. A lot of times you can just go through the motions and stuff, but...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. It was lights out shooting at its best from him in this game. 60-plus points is rarefied territory that few players ever see in the NBA. But we saw it here tonight. Truly jaw-dropping.
How about the show Freak was putting on tonight? It was a freak show. That's one of the smartest basketball players I've ever seen. Being able to use either hand.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson.